Hello, everybody. It's Dr. G, founder of Depth Healing. Just thought I'd leave you a little perspective here on some information that I've been exposed to. Some of my contemporaries in the fields of consciousness and consciousness research. I recently saw them posting some information that I just want to comment on. So one of the comments I heard was that the body is the subconscious mind. Fortunately, there is a much deeper and more profound understanding of that available. The subconscious mind is not the body. In my depth healing paradigm and in the paradigms of the great mystics, the subconscious mind is a field. It isn't a thing. The subconscious mind is not your chemistry, and it is not your body or your flesh or the way you walk or anything. It influences those things. But the subconscious mind itself is a field, and it is continuous with the unconscious, which is then goes continuous with the collective unconscious, and that goes by morphic field regions. Like you can have the morphic field of Houston, Texas, and then there's the morphic field of Texas, and then there's the morphic field of central United States, and then there's the morphic field. And those are all collectives, and the subconscious mind feeds in and is continuous with all of that. So to say that the subconscious mind is the body is sort of ridiculous. And then another contemporary who I happen to respect very, very much, said that, to change your subconscious mind when you're sleeping, when you're going to sleep, or when you are just waking up or just falling asleep, you go into theta. And that, of course, is the truth. And then he's saying that you can just program your subconscious mind there. Okay, so the subconscious mind is a field. It's a giant electromagnetic field, and there isn't really any boundaries. Like I was just stating, it all is continuous, right? And the information that is recorded, because the subconscious records at a rate of 40 million bits of information per second, and it records that information in photons of light, and the photons of light are then organized in the electromagnetic field. So if you are listening to tapes, and which is all great, I mean, that's great, and I do that too. But what you're doing is you're not changing the subconscious mind so much as you're adding new information to it. So you're in a theta brainwave pattern, so that's a recording pattern, okay? And then when you are making beautiful affirmations, or you're trying to instill a new behavioral pattern or a new attitude of mind, you're adding new information into the field, but you are not removing the old information. So if there is a negative imprint, a negative belief, or so forth, and they are encoded in the photons of light, they didn't go anywhere, and they will still be available to be accessed and triggered when an environmental trigger catches you. So for instance, sometimes my admin, Johnny, was saying, which is so true, in the evenings, if I happen to go on Facebook or some social media and I see something, and it'll trigger me, because those photons that encode the old attitude and temper I have, They haven't been removed yet. They're still there. So the way of evolution is not just new information at all. It's removing the negatives. Now, those little photons of light that encode a negative belief or a negative emotion, you can bust them just like little soap bubbles. And that's what I do in depth healing. I go into the field with surgical precision relative to your issue, my client's issue. I find those photons of light because they give off an energetic signature, and I can find the signature. And then I send a destructive interference wave into those photons. When they meet, they disintegrate. They cancel to zero. That's a fact of physics. When they're gone, they're gone. And then everything reorganizes. So with depth healing, there is a true evolution going on because we're not just adding new information. We're deleting the negatives that hinder you, block you, make you upset, trigger you. And then your whole system is not wasting its energy dealing with that, subduing that, carrying that, or whatever. Then the new information that comes in, the good positive information that my contemporary is talking about, it's going into a nice clean field. So I hope you understand that your body is not your subconscious mind. It isn't any more subconscious mind than my cup of coffee is a subconscious. The subconscious mind is influencing and shaping everything through your perception. But you don't want to say that is your subconscious mind. Okay? It's a field, just like if you were to look at a big fog. When you're looking at fog or you're looking at the ocean, it's a big giant body of water or a big beautiful, let's say a valley in the mountains, and it's all fog in the morning. That's a field. That's what I mean by a field. And that's your subconscious, which then goes to the collective, to the unconscious, then the collective unconscious, and then that goes into the solar system, then to the galactic system, then the universal system is continuous with the other realm. It's a very, very big thing. It's very, very big. Okay, so I hope that helps. Try depth healing yourself. Once you actually experience depth healing and a session with me, it'll blow your mind. It really will. Please bring me your most challenging problems. I love the challenge. Okie doke, just go to depthhealing.org. It's depthhealing.org. And I look forward to meeting you in the quantum field. Bye for now.